After seeing too much sex in the hospital and checking on their health, Manav and Siya leave from there. They go straight to their villa because, although Siya didn't express it, she felt bad about what happened there and the behavior of the Rawat family. But she wasn't showing it. There was a different emotion on her face, which was very difficult to understand, but very deep. Manav understood this well. That's why he came and had his lunch directly. After that, he tells Siya that he has to give the entrance exam tomorrow. If she passes that exam with a good percentage, she can continue her studies with children of her age. Otherwise, she will have to wait for a year. Hearing this, Siya, like a good child, says to him, "Kadus, I promise. I will give my best in tomorrow's exam." To which Manav, patting her head, says, "I know. Now go and study for a while. I am also going to the office. After coming back in the evening, I will see how much you have studied." Hearing this, Siya nods her head repeatedly like a small child. She looked very cute at that moment. Her cuteness was slowly teaching Manav's stone heart to beat. Both were unaware of this. After this, Manav leaves for the company from where the MLA is, and Siya also goes to her room to study wholeheartedly, because it was very important for her. In her past life, she had to face a lot of embarrassment for this reason. And because of this, everyone kept humiliating her repeatedly, but she studied day and night for her family, for their love, for their attention. She had learned everything well. Because of this, in a short time, she had learned everything that children from big families are taught from childhood. Whether it was in terms of education, knowledge, self-defense, horse riding, bike riding, or cars. Along with that, different languages. There were many things she had learned very quickly. No one paid attention to her hard work. Every one of her efforts was always compared to Regini, and the same result always came out that Regini was better than her. No one ever praised her for her hard work. She had always faced disappointment. Thinking about all this, the hatred and anger in her heart for the Rawat family deepened even more. Then she shook her head and looked at the books she had memorized. She could tell anyone exactly what was written on which page of those books. That's why she didn't pay much attention to it. Whenever she sat down to study with Manav, her focus was less on the books and more on Manav's business. She always watched everything happening on his laptop very attentively. After that, she observed his business management methods very closely. In her mind, there was a thought that she would also work in business in the future. She would open her own company. She wanted to become very rich and powerful as soon as possible, so that she could take her revenge on her own. In all this, she didn't realize when afternoon turned into night. Night came, and after having dinner, she took a test from Siya, in which Siya answered all the problems correctly and perfectly. Seeing this, Manav gave her a big chocolate. Seeing it, the little child inside Manav jumped up quickly to get the chocolate, and she looked at him. Then from one side, she turned to Manav and said, "My Kadus is the best. He always knows how to make me happy. You are the best, Kadus." Hearing this, a big smile appeared on Manav's face, which he quickly hid. Watching her words and actions, he didn't know why his heart felt very peaceful. He liked all this, but he didn't know how to express it. That's why, poor him, he sat there with his emotional face and kept looking at her. After that, he said to Siya, "Okay, enough of the play. Go to sleep. You have to go to the university for the entrance exam in the morning." Hearing this, Sia's face slightly frowned because she wasn't feeling sleepy. She had decided to watch a good movie today. Manav was, after all, Manav. He was someone who would listen to her silly talks. He told Siya in a very serious and scary tone to quietly go to sleep. If she didn't do that, he would make her do double exercises in the morning. As soon as she heard this, all her thoughts of watching a movie vanished, and she immediately lay down on the bed. And closing her eyes, she started pretending to sleep. Seeing her drama, Manav shook his head and, glancing at Siya, turned off the light in her room, saying, "If I find out that you ignored my words, just wait and see what I do." After giving this warning, he went straight out of the room. However, Siya wasn't afraid of Manav. She was scared of his strange punishments, like double exercises, a week of just boiled vegetables and healthy food. All this was punishment for her, and Manav knew this very well. That's why he always used this method, and he was successful too. Just like that, night passed, and morning came without her realizing it. In the morning, Manav was sitting at the dining area table waiting for Siya. At that time, he was wearing a white business suit. His hair was perfectly styled. He had a big tablet in his hand, which he was checking himself. In front of him was breakfast, but he hadn't touched it yet because he was waiting for Siya. And our madame had been changing her clothes countless times since morning. In all this, she had made the entire room a mess. Finally, she wore a navy blue off-shoulder top and white ripped jeans. Along with that, she tied her hair in a high ponytail. In terms of makeup, she just applied lip balm and wore her favorite white sneakers. At that moment, she looked just like a new college student, excited for her first day of college. She was so excited that it was hard to express. Sometimes she looked at the time and thought of Manav. She quickly rushed out of her room and came downstairs. Hearing the sound of her feet, Manav's gaze turned towards her. Seeing her, all his attention focused correctly. He was staring at her intently. His attention kept going to her waist because Siya was wearing a crop top, which made her figure slightly visible. Manav's focus broke when Siya sat down in the seat next to him and hurriedly asked the servant to serve breakfast. She started having her breakfast quickly without Manav. Manav was angry at her behavior, but seeing her happiness and excitement, he calmed himself down and also had his breakfast peacefully. After that, both quickly got into Manav's car and left for the university. This university was one of the top 5 in India. Its name was VPM University. It was very famous and the best university. That's why Manav had chosen it for Siya. In that university, children from wealthy families, children of big celebrities, and high-class families studied there. Along with that, there were also many children who studied on scholarships, and every time the results of this university were the best. Siya was feeling a bit nervous, so she kept biting her nails repeatedly. Seeing this, Manav took her hand and held it in his, signaling her to stay calm. Manav kept holding her hand the entire time. Siya also didn't say anything. After about half an hour of driving, they all reached the university.